Good evening. First the deal, now the sell. With today's historic agreement to curb Iran's nuclear program, the Obama White House tonight is trying to convince nervous Mideast neighbors and the American Congress that there was no better alternative. The U.S. and 5 other nations struck the deal with Iran overnight, offering Iran relief from economic sanctions in exchange for limits on nuclear production. But questions over compliance and verification, along with Iran's history of provoking instability in the Middle East, are planting seeds of doubt in high places. We have full coverage tonight. We begin with our chief foreign affairs correspondent, Andrea Mitchell from Vienna. Andrea?
Good evening, Lester. Well, after years and decades, in fact, of calling each other the Great Satan and the Axis of Evil, Iran and the U.S. are now entering uncharted territory. A diplomatic agreement to reduce Iran's suspected nuclear threat.
John Kerry and his Iranian counterpart, Javad Zarif, weary but celebrating the deal to reduce Iran's nuclear capability in exchange for billions of dollars with the end of crippling sanctions. Years in the making, it came together after 18 long days and nights of intense talks. Kerry even personally edited the final draft at 3 o'clock this morning after a midnight call, Vienna time, to the president in the Oval Office.
This deal offers an opportunity to move in a new direction. We should seize it.
Iran accepts limits on its nuclear production for 10 years and on nuclear fuel and equipment for 15 years. Iran promises more access for UN inspectors to suspect sites, but with notice. But Iran gets an economic lifeline, hundreds of billions of dollars in sanctions relief, once it meets those nuclear commitments, perhaps by the end of the year. Re-entry into the global banking system, and 5 to 8 years from now, an end to the UN arms and ballistic missiles embargo.
So how do you justify, down the road, taking off the arms embargo on conventional weapons and ballistic missiles?
The United States doesn't lose anything, Andrea, by giving them the opportunity to prove this is a peaceful program. What's the alternative? Go to war now? You want to, I mean, everybody want to say automatically, let's bomb Iran? I mean, is that the alternative?
But the deal is a tough sell with critics in Washington and Tehran, as Iran's foreign minister acknowledges.
We have people in Iran who have a lot of mistrust in the ability and the intention of the United States to live up to this agreement and to try to implement its part of the deal. So it's going to be a difficult exercise.
And in a call today, President Obama tried to reassure Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu, but sources say got nowhere. A landmark deal setting off a global debate that won't end anytime soon. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.